Hey, wonderful listeners. Today we're diving into the emotional depths of a track that's been a staple in late-night contemplations and introspective playlists, Marvin's Room. Whether it's the smooth vocals of Drake that draw you in or the relatable themes of love and longing, this song has left its mark on many hearts. It is a song by an artist that my brother loves as much as he loves Devin Booker, and he's been asking me to cover one of his records for a while. So join me in this as we unravel the layers of the song, exploring the bittersweet melodies and the universal sentiments that make it a timeless piece. Get ready for a journey through the soul-stirring soundscape that is Marvin's Room. Let's press play and embark on this musical exploration together. Please follow, like, and share. The introduction sets the tone with a phone call, featuring the voice of Erica Lee, presumably representing the ex-lover. The listener is immediately immersed in a late-night atmosphere, capturing the essence of a weary soul seeking connection. Erica's voice sets the stage, portraying a moment of vulnerability and fatigue. As Drizzy engages in a dialogue with Erica, recounting a night of club hopping and sleeplessness, the scene unfolds with an air of delirium. The choice between wine or water becomes symbolic, reflecting the blurred lines of decision-making in a state of emotional disarray. This enigmatic introduction lays the foundation for the emotional roller coaster that is Marvin's Room, inviting listeners into a world of introspection, heartache, and the raw honesty that permeates Drake's storytelling. In the chorus, Drizzy unleashes a raw and unfiltered expression of his emotions, adopting an unusually aggressive tone as he addresses his ex-lover. The intensity of his words is evident as he dismissively refers to the current man in her life with a strong expletive, asserting his belief that she still reminisces about the moments they shared. He goes on to challenge the worthiness of her current relationship, boldly proclaiming, "I say, F that dude that you think you found." The use of think adds a layer of doubt, suggesting that Drizzy believes the new man falls short of being the ideal partner for her. The line, "And since you picked up, I know he's not around," implies a strategic timing in Drake's attempt to reach out, implying that her response indicates the absence of her current boyfriend. These lines capture the complex dynamics of post-breakup emotions, blending resentment, nostalgia, and a subtle attempt to assert his continued significance in her life. In the post-chorus, the interaction between Drake and Erica unfolds as a conversation, revealing a nuanced and emotionally charged exchange. Erica questions Drake's state, asking if he's drunk. This inquiry sets the stage for Drizzy's vulnerable and introspective assertion that he's merely suggesting she deserves better. The repetition of, "I'm just saying you could do better," conveys a mix of sincerity and perhaps a tinge of self-assuredness. He goes on to pose a poignant question, asking whether she has heard that sentiment lately. This inquiry hints at an underlying desire for acknowledgement and recognition of his perspective. The repetition of the assertion that she could do better reflects his belief in his own value, particularly in the context of their past relationship. The final line, "And I'll start hating only if you make me," introduces a subtle element of tension and a conditional response to her actions. It implies that his emotions are contingent on her choices, adding a layer of complexity to the dynamics at play. Overall, this post-chorus captures the delicate balance between Drake's vulnerability, a desire for validation, and a hint of assertiveness in expressing his perceived worth. In the second verse, his emotional state is further revealed through his choice of libations. He mentions sipping cups of the XO, a reference to XO Cafe Patron, or extra old liquors. The shift from champagne, often associated with celebration, to XO, known for its higher alcohol content, symbolizes a transition to a different and perhaps more intense emotional state. This change mirrors the evolving mood of the song, as he delves deeper into his feelings of loneliness and longing. Drizzy observes the presence of all his people in the club, including the friends of his ex-lover. The line, "Guess she don't have the time to kick it no more," suggests a sense of distance and a shift in priorities, indicating that she may no longer have the time to spend with him. The impending morning flight introduces a temporal element, emphasizing the urgency and transience of the moment. The rhetorical question, "What you doing that's so important?" reflects his contemplative state, questioning the significance of her current engagements. Despite his awareness of her potential unavailability, fueled by his alcohol-induced courage, he expresses an intention to call her anyway. This decision underscores the persistence of his emotions and the desire for a connection, even in the face of practical obstacles. This verse contributes to the narrative of his internal struggle, as he navigates the complexities of a past relationship and grapples with the consequences of his own actions. The use of specific references, such as the choice of liquor and the mention of a morning flight, adds layers of meaning to the lyrics.
Let's get into 5 minutes of fame. 5 minutes of fame where we give an opportunity to one of our listeners. They send us their record, their body of work, but one track we played beginning to end, and then we have you be our club hip hop, aka Idols. Who do we have today?
We got the homie Pro Rhyme Psycho.
What's the name of the record?
The name of the song is Go Go Go.
Okay.
Get it set, go, go, go. I'm just tryna do it right, just to go, go, go. On your marks, get it set, go, go, go. I'm just in it for the stash, then I go, go, go. On your marks, get it set, go, go, go. I'm just tryna do it right, just to go, go, go. On your marks, get it set, go, go, go. I'm just in it for the stash, then I go, go, go.
Psycho.
Yo, what's up?
Good.
The only feedback I would say is with the hook, it sounded like you were trying to make a hook. Sometimes allow yourself to just spit a verse and then just take the catchiest part of the verse and make that the hook. As
Like the
opposed
joint,
to
that's why we played it, and we're thinking that you're gonna move if you drop us some even doper stuff.
Yeah. I have like more stuff, but like most of the stuff is on YouTube. If you can just like go on Psycho World Music Group and then you just find everything there.
Be sure to give my guy a listen and give support on his record. In the third verse, he lays bare his internal struggles and emotional conflicts. The opening lines reveal a vulnerability as he confesses to being addicted to naked pictures, illustrating a reliance on visual stimuli that may serve as a temporary escape from his complex emotions. The mention of discussions about missed opportunities with women suggests a longing for connections that never fully materialized. He reflects on his role in the relationships he sponsors, acknowledging the potential for his actions to transform these women into entities he deems monstrous. There's a self-awareness in recognizing the consequences of his lifestyle, where financial support can distort the dynamics of his relationships. The admission of shame and the reluctance to disclose names emphasize a sense of remorse and a desire to shield these individuals from public scrutiny. The narrative takes a poignant turn as Drake describes throwing a party, a superficial celebration that contrasts with the internal turmoil he experiences. The transient nature of these social gatherings is emphasized by the departing guests, leading him to reach out to someone he can confide in. The plea for conversation, "Talk to me, please, don't have much to believe in," unveils the desperation underlying his actions. As he delves deeper into his confessions, he reveals the toll of his fame on his personal life. The disorienting effects of his rapid rise to stardom are hinted at through references to adjusting to fame and engaging in self-destructive behavior. The mention of Sprite, a popular mixer with codeine-based cough syrup often associated with purple drank, adds a layer of substance use to the narrative. The verse culminates in an apology, a moment of clarity where Drake expresses regret for his behavior. The apology is multifaceted, encompassing apologies to himself, a higher power, the women he sponsors, and possibly individuals affected by his actions. The sincerity of this closure is questioned, considering the influence of intoxication on his emotional state throughout the song. This verse contributes to the overall complexity of the song, offering insights into Drake's internal struggles, relationships, and the impact of fame on his psyche. The intertwining themes of remorse, desire for connection, and the consequences of a hedonistic lifestyle create a narrative that resonates with listeners on a deeply personal level. As we conclude this deep dive into the soul-stirring soundscape of this record, it's worth acknowledging the talented team behind this emotionally charged track. The song, written by Drizzy himself alongside the creative minds of 40 and Adrian X, reflects a collaborative effort that brings forth the raw and introspective elements that have resonated with countless listeners. Special mention goes to Chili Gonzalez, the mastermind behind the piano composition that adds a hauntingly beautiful layer to the song. The nuanced production, coupled with Drake's poignant lyrics, creates a musical experience that transcends the boundaries of conventional storytelling. Behind the scenes, the expertise of additional engineers Noel Cadastre and John Nettlesby played a crucial role in capturing the essence of the song. Recorded at Marvin's room in Hollywood, California, the setting itself seems symbolic, adding an extra layer of intimacy to the creation of this impactful piece. Before we wrap up, it's worth noting that this record has inspired numerous remixes, with one standout version coming from Wheezy on his Sorry for the Wait mixtape. The song's enduring influence is a testament to its ability to connect with audiences on a profound level, transcending time and genre boundaries. As we navigate the intricate layers of this song, let's appreciate the collaborative genius that birthed this beauty, leaving an indelible mark on the landscape of contemporary music. Join me next time as we unravel more musical tales. Until then, keep listening, keep exploring, and let the melodies guide you through the depths of emotion. Ladies and gentlemen, Marvin's Room by Aubrey Drake Graham. God bless you and have an impactful day.